All here, on the initial visit when we were here, we found one of the circuits not working, and once we turned it on, we found that the system was low on charge. So we did a leak search, couldn't find the leak, very tiny leak. We did an electronic leak search and we couldn't find the leak. So what we did is we charged the unit with refrigerant and installed a leak sealant to see if it'll work. And we explained to the customer that, you know, it's a 50-50. It might seal up, it might not, depending on the size of the leak. And now we got a call that the unit's not cooling or not operating. So we're here now. I see the unit's condensating. That's a good sign. We did check the filters last time we were here about 2 weeks ago, and they were clean, so there should be no issue there. So I'm gonna go inside. I wanted to hop on the roof first. Let's see what kind of air is coming out of the vents. We got warm air coming out of this one. Oh, this fan motor's not running. Uh-oh, okay. This fan motor's not operating here. And last time we were here, we replaced this fan motor. Now it looks like the other one has failed. I'm gonna check at the notes, look at the service history. We recommended to change both while we're here. Do preventative repair to avoid exactly what happened here. So I'm gonna look at the service history, make sure we made that recommendation. But it looks like we have one circuit, one fan motor operating, the other one went bad, or it's not running. So we have to check the capacitor, check the fan motor, make sure it's getting the right voltage. See what's going on. So we're gonna open this up and see what's going on. We got this circuit's icing up here. It's icing up on the metering devices on the piston. These carriers, they're known for those piston clogging up. So we'll have to take a look at that. Let's look at the shaft. See. Make sure it's not oh yeah. So it's not spinning freely. That's not a good sign. And this is the new fan motor we replaced. As you can see, that's spinning freely. So that fan motor seized up, and then we got ice on this unit here. So we're gonna look at the service history notes. So here, we were here back in July 8th. It is now August 8th, a month later. Here are the preventive maintenance recommendations. So we said while performing the inspection, it was noted that the remaining condensing fan motor and the other contactors are in similar operating conditions and show signs of normal wear and tear due to age and service life. Although these components are currently operational, replacing them proactively during this repair is recommended to reduce the likelihood of future breakdowns and minimize emergency service calls. So we did note and we did recommend to have both of the fan motors replaced at the time that the initial visit, but the customer only approved the one that was actually down. Now the other fan motor has failed, and we have other issues going on here in the refrigeration circuit. So we did inform to get both of these replaced to prevent an emergency service call like we are now. So we'll go ahead and write up the report, give it to the customer, what he would like to do. Alright, so what we're gonna try to do, because it is Saturday, supply stores are closed. What we're gonna try to do while we replace the motor, we're gonna cover this up with a piece of cardboard, some sort of plastic, so this fan motor is gonna reject all the heat, and it's gonna be, the unit is gonna be running at 50% of its capacity, so it's gonna get at least some cooling along with the other RTU to try to get them through the weekend while we come and replace this motor. So I'm gonna see if I find some blocks there, some cardboard. We're gonna cover up this fan motor, and that way this fan is gonna reject and suck all the heat out, and it'll get them some type of cooling versus leaving the system off and not them having nothing. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back on Monday and get this unit up and running. And then we'll take a look at those orifices, make sure they're not plugged up. These carriers are known for that. They get wax built up in there over time and it plugs up the orifices in the piston. So we'll have to recheck that, make sure that's not the case. Make sure refrigerant pressure is not low, but the ice has to melt first. So we'll see what happens once we replace the condenser fan motor. Alright, so I found this box of filters. I'm gonna put over this here to cover up this so no heat escapes. Alright. Alright. The goal here is to not leave them with no AC if possible. So we'll go ahead and take a picture of that. So it's something. Now this fan is going to be in charge of removing all the heat. It's not going to be as efficient, but at least it'll get them by until we get the parts in.